right? Well, you'd be wrong. A member of the famous Hollywood stunt team, the Stunt Masters, lives right here in the Twin Cities. His name is Michaelson, and although he normally commutes around the country to various locations, tonight on PM Magazine, for the first time, we're going to watch him perform a stunt crash here in his home state.
Hi, boy. Hey, come on, I'll give you a ride on the missile. Want to go for a ride on the missile?
His nickname is Rocket Man, because years ago he drove rocket-powered cars across the Bonneville salt flats. Anyone who has driven down Penn Avenue in Bloomington has seen his rocket, a real Falcon missile housing that stands in his front yard as a family joke. But when the Rocket Man became a family man, he gave up the dangers of auto racing for the somewhat safer occupation of a movie stuntman.
All my uncles and great uncles, they've been in the thrill business since the early 1900s, and I've always had it in my blood to go out and race cars and, I guess, do death-defying things. You know, things that are dangerous. I've always enjoyed it. I've never really got into golf or tennis. It's kind of boring to me. I've always enjoyed contact sports and racing cars.
As an experienced Hollywood stuntman, Michaelson tries to take the element of chance out of his work. He has his own stunt devices built at his home in Bloomington for shipment to movie locations around the country. He's just completed work on a Burt Reynolds movie and soon will leave for Hawaii to work on That's Incredible. But this summer, he's devised the stunts for a Minnesota feature film called Purple Haze. The story is set in the year 1968. Michaelson and his crew prepare a vintage Ford for a stunt crash in St. Paul. On a warm summer evening, the film crew for Purple Haze sets up for an all-night photography session on the Short Line Road. The plot line requires a police car to crash after chasing the two main characters down a stretch of freeway. A metal ramp is placed just off the roadway. When the actual stunt is performed, the ramp will launch the car into the air.
Come on, old Ford, you only got to last 5 more miles.
Something's definitely got to happen when we hit that thing.
The metal ramp is the secret behind this type of car crash. It must be hidden from the camera's view by plastic road barriers.
See from here, but the camera won't be able to see if they're shooting from here.
The film's director is David Morris, a Minnesota native who is glad to have Kai on his crew.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken a lot of worry off of our shoulders because, you know, we had never attempted anything like this before, and then he came in and he has great credentials, and I'm not worried anymore. I'm not, and I can get a higher look, a higher budget look now that he's involved. I couldn't do the things I was planning on doing without his help, okay? I'd have to make it a safer stunt. Now I can just turn him loose and say, Kai, give me a great stunt, and hopefully we'll have a great stunt. Nobody's gonna get hurt.
So how do you feel about it?
Oh yeah, honey. We'll pull it off, no problem.
When darkness comes, the crew is ready to photograph the chase scenes. A medical technician is on hand, just in case.
Ian's a 110/80.
I know, his pulse is 76.
You're a healthy man.
It won't change after I do the crash. It'll be the same.
Mine will.
Right after I do it, come on and jump in there and put it back on. It'll be the same.
St. Paul spectators line the Summit Avenue Bridge, patiently waiting to see a stuntman in action. Kai prepares his car for the night's driving. Netting covers the window to prevent his arm from flying out the window during a crash. His wife Brenda stands by as Kai makes a trial run. Kai has tumbled cars, sent them up in flames, and generally demolished every kind of moving vehicle. But this stunt must be realistic. Just a simple, dynamic crash.
I can see I got to come one time, I'm going to hit the brake once, get it sideways, I'm going to hit the throttle. You know, and aim for it.
We use every safety precaution that we can possibly use, but still there's always the possibility of something going wrong or something happening. So the risk is still there.
As the photography goes into the early morning hours, the camera crew gets different views of the car chase. Retakes are made until the cars are missing each other by inches. Kai prepares for the final scene by dressing in protective clothing, much like a hockey player. It's past 4 a.m. now, and the film crew is anxious to get the stunt completed before dawn.
10 minutes, Kai.
I don't believe that it's that dangerous. Of course, there's always the element that something could go wrong and something could happen. It's a good jolt. It will give me a real good jolt. But there, it's still fun, and it's still in the fun category.
That was Dawn. Okay, Kai? You want anything, Kai? Here. Come on, let's back up. Oh, yeah, boy, I got a good Charlie horse, so I'll say that. Yeah, I'll bet.
Kai has had the wind knocked out of him, but otherwise, he's fine.
I wanted to get it on its side and come back on its wheels, or even to a roll and come back on its wheels. Thanks, guys. What I really wanted to do was flip and go on its wheels, and I was going to tear after you guys again.
I think you tried.
I says to Tom, I says, if I get that thing back on its wheels, I'm going to try and go up the hill. You know?
But as the crash turned out, it should add the right element of excitement to the finish sequence.
I think the combination of the near miss with the Jaguar, which was really close, I missed him by inches, and cut into this coming off the ramp, I think it's going to look good, real good. The producers and directors and everybody's happy, so I guess that's all that counts.
Purple Haze will premiere in Minneapolis next winter, but by the time Kai Michelson's neighbors get to watch him on the screen, he will already have created many new stunts for other shows. A demolished Minneapolis police car is just one more day in the life of a Minnesota stuntman.